Hey everybody, what's going on? So at this point of the course, some of you guys might be feeling a little overwhelmed with actually completing the entire course, and I totally get it. And the reality is there are always going to be some people who just never get through the entire course and they actually miss out on all the benefits and all the knowledge that they can learn to take their sales skills to the next level. And to remedy this problem, I actually have a solution for you to help you get through this course so that you make sure that you learn everything you need to know about sales to grow your business. And so it's the perfect time to introduce you to the snowball effect. So the benefits of the snowball effect is that it's going to help you craft a clear vision of what you want your life to look like. And so from there, it's going to be so much more easier to reverse engineer your goal and to figure out what are the exact steps that you need to take on a timely basis to get your goals done. So here's how the snowball effect is going to work, and it's going to show you exactly how you can accomplish your biggest goals step by step. So as you can see here on the top left, there's going to be a little snowball on the top of a hill, and that represents anybody who is just starting out, learning a new skill, or really just doing anything. And as time goes on, the ball is going to roll down the hill a little faster, and then it's going to pick up some more snow and get bigger and get bigger and get bigger. And eventually, over time, if this snowball is consistently rolling down the hill, it's going to build this huge momentum. So not only is it going to go fast, but it's going to be very large as well. And so this is going to represent the momentum that you have in your life, whether it's completing this course lesson by lesson or growing your business customer by customer. Everybody's going to start small. Everyone's going to start on top of this hill. But as time goes on, and if you stay consistent, you're going to build the momentum you need to accomplish your goal. And so that large snowball at the end is your goal, whatever it is you want it to be, whether it's to be a $10 million company or to achieve financial freedom or whatever your goals are, that's what it represents. So whatever your long-term goal is, let's go ahead and say you're planning 1 year out. Sometimes I like to plan 5 years out or even 10 years out, but for the sake of this course, let's go ahead and do 1 year, and so we can get an understanding of how this material will apply to your life and make a difference in your life within 1 year. So if you got to go in 1 year, right, and you want to reverse engineer it, you think, okay, well, I got this small snowball over here. I want to build this huge momentum, and how do I get to this 1 year goal? From there, you want to reverse engineer it and think, okay, to get to that 1 year goal, what do I need to do in the next 6 months so that I can hit that yearly goal? You're going to think 3 months. Okay, so what can I do in the next 3 months to hit my 6 month goal, to hit my 1 year goal? And you can just keep repeating the process until it gets more granular. What can you do in the next 1 month that will eventually get into your 3, then 6, then 1 year goal? Then you want to think, okay, well, what can I do this week to get that 1 month goal done? And finally, obviously it gets to the daily goal. What can I do right now to get that weekly goal done, to get that monthly goal, to get that 3 month goal, to get that 6 month goal, to get that 1 year goal? And as you can see here, the snowball effect allows you to have crystal clear clarity on what your goals are, what you need to do, and what you need to do to accomplish them within a set amount of time. And then if you break it down month by month or 6 month, 3 month, 1 month, and weekly, you know exactly what you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis, and everything is simple, clear cut, and it's not confusing at all. The only thing that you need to do from this point on is just take the steps forward and actually execute. And the reality is everybody is going to start at the top with this tiny snowball, right? Because nobody starts out with everything given to them. And so that's why every day you make a little more progress, a little bit more, week by week, month by month, year by year, until finally you accomplish your goal. And having that clear vision is going to make it so much more simpler to get things done, because you're not wasting time thinking about what you should do. You already know what you should do once you have that clear goal in mind, and you work backwards to reverse engineer it. And so from there, once you have the path all lined out for yourself and what you want to achieve, all you have to do is execute and walk your path. But to dive deeper in becoming more specific of what your goals should be, we're going to introduce something to you called the SMART goal. Now, to explain what SMART goals are, it's essentially an acronym. And the first letter of the SMART goal is going to be S, which means specific. So when you're defining your goals, you want to make sure that your goals are specific in what do you want to achieve, and you just want to narrow this down into one main goal, because if you have too many goals, it's just very hard to keep focused and to really accomplish that one thing. And so the next part of the SMART goal is going to be, is it measurable? How will you measure success? Whether it's a financial success or maybe a quota attainment or a certain fulfillment of happiness. So if there's a way to measure it by a number, then that's going to help you be able to measure whether or not you achieve your specific goal or not. The next letter is going to be achievable. How realistic is your goal? Because obviously you want to set your goals high and make sure you accomplish something ambitious. However, if it's too unrealistic and too far-fetched, it's going to be difficult for you to reverse engineer that goal and to figure out what steps you need to actually get there. So make sure that you're reaching high, but make sure that it's also realistic. The next part of the SMART goal is relevant. Why does this goal personally matter to you? And this is very important because it's not enough just to do something for the sake of doing it. There has to be a purpose behind it. And usually the best driver of motivation is whether or not something personally affects you. So whatever your goal will be, make sure that it's personally relevant to you and your everyday life. And finally, the T when it comes to SMART goal is time bound. When do you want to achieve your specific goal? How long is it going to take? Do you want to spend a year on it, 6 months, maybe 5 years, 10 years? You know, it's really up to you, but you want to make sure that you put a time on it, because if you set a goal, hit all the elements and you leave out time, then a lot of people would just say, oh, I'll get to it later, I'll get to it later, and eventually they never actually do it. So that's why it's important to make sure that you have a time associated to your SMART goal. Now, before you go ahead and set your SMART goals, one caution that I'm going to warn you with is that you do not want to set your goals purely based on a financial number. Meaning, if you set your goals to be, let's say you want to make X amount of sales per year, the thing is, if you don't actually hit it, then a lot of times people will emotionally feel hurt. But the thing is, you don't want to attach your emotions to a number. Instead, what you want to do is you want to think, okay, what are the behaviors that you want to get done? Or what is your dream that you're trying to accomplish using the money that you create? So instead of having that number be the end all be all, instead focus on what actually matters to you, because money is just a means to get to an end goal. And the last thing that I'm going to share with you when it comes to setting your goals is that in life, you'll get whatever you ask for. So what I mean by this is that if you set your goals really small, a lot of time you'll accomplish your goal, but it's going to be small because that's what you set it out to be. However, if you have the courage and the confidence to dream big and push yourself into a place where you're feeling uncomfortable and you're wondering to yourself, I don't know if I can actually get there. That is where you want to be, because in life, again, you're going to get what you ask for. So if you ask for something huge and you make sure that your behaviors map to that one goal and you're working towards it every single day, the chances are over time you actually get there. So set your goals really big if you really have confidence in yourself to grow as an individual and to grow your sales skills to actually get to where you want to be. And so with that said, let's go ahead and move into the setting your goals worksheet, where you're going to be able to apply the snowball effect and using SMART goals to set your goals today. So when it comes to setting your goals, we actually have a goal setting worksheet for you here. It's going to be a 2-page document, and the first one is where you're going to define your SMART goal. So in this worksheet, you're going to dig deep and clarify your most important goal. Understand why it's important to you emotionally and develop a 1-year plan to actually get it done. So the first question in this worksheet is, what's your most important goal that you would like to accomplish within the next year? Why I set it out for a year? Because I want to make sure that everything you're learning in this course is actionable and that you can get direct results within your first year. And honestly, if you work really hard, you can get results right away. Whatever your goals are, it could be to close more business deals, grow your business. Just make sure that you're using the SMART goal framework that we talked about in this lesson to fill out your specific goal. Number 2 is, why did you choose this specific goal? How will accomplishing this goal make an impact on your life? Do you believe this goal is realistic? Why or why not? So why I put this question over here is because even though we covered a little bit of this in the SMART goal section and the relevancy, I want to dive a little bit deeper for you to get a better understanding of why exactly this goal matters to you. Because if it doesn't matter to you, then it's going to be very hard to stay motivated and continue through even during tough times. So make sure that you fill out this question and understand why this goal personally matters to you. And so in the next page of the worksheet, what it's going to look like is you're basically going to break down your goal. So whatever you set your SMART goal to be, you want to put it over here. So you set your 1-year goal, right? And then from there, what you want to do is you want to reverse engineer it and say, okay, what do you need to achieve in the next 6 months to get closer to accomplishing your 1-year goal? Then you put that in right here. Then 3 months, what do you need to do in 3 months to get your 6-month goal, which will eventually get to your 1-year goal? And you go all the way down until you hit your weekly goal. What do you need to achieve in the next week to get closer to your 1-month goal? Why this part is going to be crucial for you is because you need to have a clear vivid vision of where you want your life to be 1 year from now. And then you want to break your vision down into actionable steps that you can take all the way down to the weekly goals so you know exactly what you need to get done. So this way you don't have the confusion of I don't know what to do, or I don't know what to study, or I don't know what customer to call, or whatever it is, because you'll know exactly what you need to do. The only thing that is difficult is actually the execution side. But by making it as simple as possible and getting crystal clear on your goals, it's going to help you that much more, especially when it comes to completing this class, using the knowledge you gain in this class to actually generate more sales. So for this worksheet, it's going to be available for you as a downloadable PDF that you can type directly into, as you can see here. And so if you want to do it electronically and type directly on the PDF, that's totally fine. The whole thing's completely fillable. Or if you're somebody that likes to just print it out and write with pen and paper, that is totally fine too. And one thing I'll mention is that once you finish out this worksheet, whether you completed it by pen and paper or you did it as a PDF, I highly recommend you to print it out and put it somewhere on your wall where you work on an everyday basis, so you know exactly what you need to get done. And so every time you sit at your desk or every time you're working, you're going to see your SMART goal and you're going to see exactly what you need to be doing on a yearly, monthly, and weekly basis. This way it's going to motivate you so much more, because if you delay completing this course and learning the material, or you delay calling customers or sending your emails, then you're never gonna get anywhere. So that's why I highly do recommend you print this out, put it somewhere on your wall where you can see it every single day so you know exactly what you need to get done. So with that said, that's everything we have to cover when it comes to setting your goals and building that momentum for completing this course. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next section.